morning, guys. We're on a Thursday morning instead of Wednesday, December the 30th, with another Breakfast with the Banner. And we've got a very special guest this morning. I know many of you know Miss Paulette Gray.
Good morning.
We're so tickled to have her here this morning with us. And, of course, she's been a staple here in Caldwell for many, many years. And I know many of you know Miss Paulette. And, of course, now she is going on her 6th year as a curriculum specialist at Dawson Springs. And so we're going to catch up with Miss Paulette today. And, of course, I know you've been volunteering quite a bit with, of course, the disaster that's gone on with the tornado in Dawson. And, of course, Dawson was hit extremely hard.
Exactly right.
And so we want to catch up with Miss Paulette and just everything that she's been doing, what she's seen over the past couple of weeks, and, just how she's doing. So, Miss Paulette, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, Chad.
We always love having our local people in here, and so we just want to catch up with you and see how things are going.
Okay, well, thank you so much again for having me. And it's been overwhelming what's been going on in Dawson since the tornado. That we got the call or text about 2 o'clock the morning after, and from our superintendent telling us that the school now was taking in people and things like that. And so that Saturday morning we got up and the administrative staff reported to school and just pretty much been there on and off since then. And it's just it's been amazing to see the people that have been impacted coming in. It's been amazing to see the volunteers from across the country that have come in, and just the effort. It's overwhelming, and it's overwhelming in a positive way. We've been coming home sometimes at night just worn out, but you get up the next morning ready to go again. And it's just been an experience I never thought we would live through or live to see. But the generosity of people in the community, outside the community, and across the nation has been amazing.
It's really something to see how everyone has come together during this time, and that's the blessing that we have living in these small communities like we do, because people do come together.
Yes, they
do. And it really shows you family.
Right.
Exactly. So, and I know that, of course, no one's ever going to be prepared for when something like this happens. And, of course, I know with adults handle things so differently with what's going on. But I know from your standpoint, from seeing a kid's point of view, how are our children handling this?
We've been, there have been several children in. That was another good thing for us to be there, to be able to see our families come in, and just to be able to hug on our students and as they come through the door, no matter what age they are. And then on the flip side, I've been able to see some students step up and volunteer. We've got some high school seniors, juniors, freshmen that have been there almost every day, either working the tables or putting up clothing or packing boxes, and just some leaders really emerge, and just the service part of it. And then we've got our Kristen Smiley Merrill, who's on our administrative team. She's been out at Pennyroyal the entire time. I think they pulled a camper out there because she wouldn't leave, but she's been there with the families that were taken to Pennyroyal the first morning after the storm, and she's been there the entire time. And I think Cammie King and Laura Hillerick have been there alongside her. They've been playing games with the kids, and just I think we have some students that are quite anxious and just want to be there to reassure them. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're ready to be able to get back to school, to give them that safety and assurance to know that we're there with them and we're going to do our best to protect them.
And that's something that I love to see. Of course, with of course, you look at Lyon County, you look at Caldwell, and you look at Dawson. We're all kind of right here together. And I think Princeton, I know here at the Banner especially, we look on Dawson as our own. And even though they're two different school systems, and of course they're a part of our community. And I know the outpouring for, of course, you look at Graves County, how hard they were hit. Caldwell on the south side of town, and then Dawson, how extremely hard. Of course, in Dawson is such a small community. To see the outpouring of love shown towards Dawson. I know with the kids here at Christmas, this is never a good time for something like this to happen. But the outpouring, I know with, I believe it was with Walmart.
Margaret Hayes, exactly.
And of course, we did an interview with her, and the outpouring from Walmart shown towards not only Dawson but here in Caldwell for Christmas.
Right.
What's your take on that?
I mean, it was just like, oh my goodness, it's so hard to believe. And when they first started, when Margaret first came over and said that's what they wanted to do, it was this process. So you'd see them, and every day a little more would come in, and then the next day a little more would come in, and then I remember going in, and there were a few bicycles, and I go back, and there were 256 bicycles.
Wow.
And it was just amazing to see the generosity of Walmart. And then on the flip side, that's something that for our students. And then one morning I can remember saying, what do we need? And one of the volunteers said, we got to have coffee. And you think that's a small thing.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me just get on the phone, and I called McDonald's of Princeton. I said, we need some coffee. We need some coffee makers. We need something. And so talked to one of the gentlemen, and he said, I think we can get you a drip coffee maker with a couple of the coffee pots. And, if you can come get it. And I said, you know what, I'll get on my way. And as soon as I hung the phone up, step out of the cafeteria into the lobby, there's Chris McEnany. And I was like, oh my goodness, Chris, this is what we need. And before the afternoon, he was back with exactly what we'd asked for, with coffee and filters and the pots. And I mean, just something small as that just lifted the spirits of the people that were there to volunteer. And I know Monday there were a couple from Louisiana that had driven up, and they said, we've lived through hurricanes. We know what you all must be feeling. So they took a room and they started organizing. And then Monday afternoon, I was standing at the front, and a lady walked in, and she said, we're driving through from Denver, Colorado. We stopped at Sam's. Will you take the donations? And I said, of course we would. So we went and unloaded like 3 buggies full of things that they just were traveling through. And I said, I just heard on the news about Denver and how sorry. And I'm thinking, here they are experiencing a tragedy, yet they're here helping with what's going on in Dawson. So it's been amazing to see. And then you look up, and I remember seeing Jessica Graham, who also teaches at Dawson from Princeton, but she had her kids from Caldwell County volunteering. And then I talked to Elizabeth King, and she took her boys over, and they did some volunteering. So it's not just Dawson kids that are experiencing this and giving back, but it's kids from all over. So it's been amazing to see.
That's really good to see that. Of course, we've had kids come in here with donations, and it's just, to me, this is what. Of course, first off, what being a Christian is about is to, of course, we're called to be the hands and feet of Christ, and to see so many, the outpouring, people not even hesitating to do it, and to come out and in a time of tragedy. And of course, you think about right on top of COVID. I think that's here to stay. I think it's just kind of like the new flu. So I just think it's here to stay. And but you have that with what our kids have been through with being out of school for a year and a half or so, and then this hits. And so I know Christmas time is, of course, you remember when you were a kid, and it's what you look forward to on Christmas morning with Santa coming, and to see the kids be able to have that with what Walmart, going back to Walmart, what they provided was just
amazing. And then too, the governor came, and then Coach Cal came out to Pennyroyal, and they brought toys too. And then our boys and girls basketball team was invited to come up and watch practice at UK. So
really?
They did. Yes, they did. So they went up, I think on Monday, and was able to meet the players, and they had got pictures with them. And I think one of them, maybe Red, even got to get on the floor with one. It might have been dunked over, but he did not care because he was so excited about it. But it's just things like that, just little things. And you, like you said, you see Christ through people. I mean, it truly is selflessness that we're seeing.
It is. It's an awesome thing to see.
Awesome thing.
I know we've had some people come in here. When this first happened, you could not walk in our office. Of course, our office is small to begin with, and but to see the outpouring that people just kept on coming in and bringing stuff, and they wanted, like you said, from Louisiana, and from all parts of the state. We've had, people ship stuff to us from Amazon or Walmart.com and gift cards, and just to see this outpouring of love shown towards us, the communities during this time is just amazing. And I know we were talking before. Of course, I remember you from the elementary school, and being principal and everything here, and with everything you've done in Caldwell, and now you're in Dawson, and I didn't realize that, and I think it's awesome that this is still in your system to want to, after even retirement,
to get. I mean, I just think some people are called to do things, and I honestly feel like children is one of the things that I was called for, and to just love them no matter where they are. I mentioned to you that I was laughing with Wendy Sullinger. She said she never thought I'd wear purple. And I didn't think I ever would either, but I've got a lot of purple in my closet right now, and I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's good. Dawson is full of a lot of great people, and I know Dawson has over the past month they've suffered some tragedy.
Yes, we have.
And of course, this is not something that anybody wants to see with the tornado, and but just to see again, I keep on going back to the pulling together of the community, and of course you were mentioning how next door to you is Jamie Harrelson, and of course I know that they're, and I hate to bring up, I hate it that their house was taken in the tornado, but knowing that she's still down there serving too, and it's just like, this is what we do. We lift each other up, and so, and I know coming up, hopefully we're talking about project graduation. Hopefully we'll get to have that this year.
I sure hope so.
I hope so for
in person.
For in person, because that was a big highlight. I always loved coming down and drawing caricatures for the kids.
And we loved having you too. And this, for the past 2 years, we've not been able to do that, but we have been able to serve our students because the donations have been so generous. We've been able to give every graduating senior a check for $100 each. So we've been able to give. It's just not the fun activities and the fellowship that we've been able to do in person. So we're really looking forward for the class of 2022 to be able to do that.
It's going to be awesome, because I know, of course, my daughter graduates this year, and that's, we were talking about that before. I still look on her as being the little girl dropping her off at the primary school. But don't drop her off anymore. But anyway, what else would you like to? I see your shoes. They're purple too. She got on her purple Chuck Taylors too this morning to match her purple.
Sometimes I wear purple, a purple one and a gold one, and I get a lot of looks. And one lady asked me, she said, "Are you an LSU fan?" And I said, "No, no, ma'am, but thank you." But anyway, we are just, like you said about Jamie Harrelson, just one day right after the storm, she and Brad and Mitchell and Madison showed up to volunteer. And I mean, just through all of that, they were there giving back for a couple hours, and just a huge heart. But I just think one of the things that we're looking at as far as the community disciples, continuing to find ways that we can serve our community. And we've got some we actually have a youth group now made up of 12 young boys from age 6th grade to 12th grade. And just trying to, we talk with them about what's going on and the dangers of things out there, and then focusing on education. And we have a couple of seniors with Jabiron Spikes and Taekwon Bumpus who are leaders in their school, and just getting ready and helping them get prepared for college. So we're still continuing to serve in any way that we can. So if there's any need out there that the community disciples can help with, please let us know.
And that's something I'll put in the bio of this video after it's posted, is all the information for community disciples, and where they can reach you.
Yes, that would be great.
Your contact info as well, because I know this isn't going to go away anytime soon, and it's going to take a long time to rebuild, to get back where we need to be. I know we had the chance to last week to go through Country Club and out South Jefferson, Deerfield, and Greens Point, and how bad they were hit, and it really brings into what we have to be thankful for, and what we have here before us, and that's just family and our friends, and the friendship that is so prevalent here in this community. You really shows you, even if you have enemies, people still come together.
Yes, they do.
And it's really good to see.
It's really good to see.
Yeah, it is. And I know, especially for our kids, this is. I just thank you for everything you're doing. I know I have for the years I've thought the world of you.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
It's because you're, like I've said before, you're one of those people in our community that it's for our kids to look up to, for adults like me at 45 to look up to,
Well,
and
thank you,
because
Chad.
you're just a good person.
Well, I appreciate that.
And
Thank you so much.
Yes, and we just thank you for coming in and
Sure.
just sharing this time with us this
Okay.
morning.
Well, thank you again for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love the banner.
Well, good.
And Tom Ward is over there with Dawson. I mean, every day he's bringing supplies and just amazing.
I tell you what,
amazing person.
his passion.
Yes.
If we all had his energy,
I know that's right.
he's a caring person.
Yes,
he
he
really
is.
is, and
He sure
his
is.
passion, and he's very very energetic.
Yes.
So if we all had that,
I know
and we
that's
could
right.
channel it.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly
so-
right. I like that.
But I think we all have that in a specific area
Right.
that we're good at. So, but we just thank you for coming. Thank you for everything you're doing in
Yeah,
Dawson,
sure,
and
thank
for
you.
what you continue to do here in Caldwell. And of course, every time you see Miss Paulette, I've never seen you without a smile on your face. So,
well, just we choose every morning how we're going to live our lives. So
yeah, you're exactly right.
Every day.
That's our choice.
That's
So,
exactly right.
Miss Paulette, thank you
Well,
for coming in.
Thank you for
and,
having me.
You're very welcome, and we'll catch up with you again
Okay.
sometime soon. Hopefully, with project
That would be
graduation,
great.
and we can come in to do a special breakfast with the banner
Okay.
for that.
That
That would be awesome.
great.
Maybe
It
get
sure
some of the
would.
seniors
That
on.
would be
So
great.
that would be
Yes.
awesome.
Exactly
So,
right.
guys, want to thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you next week, I'm sure, with another Breakfast with the Banner. Don't know who our guest will be. It'll be a surprise. Miss Paulette was a surprise for us today, and it was a good surprise. So, but guys, y'all have a blessed weekend, and blessed coming week ahead. So I think they're calling maybe for some snow.
I think, that's amazing.
So never know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 inches is what I saw
Oh,
this morning.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, I think
I
we were in
didn't
the
know
area of
that.
3.
Oh,
But I
my.
think it's too warm for it to
Yes,
stick. So,
yeah.
but
But
I don't know. It's Kentucky weather. Who knows?
Exactly
So, but anyway, guys, we'll see you again next week. And again, y'all have a blessed week and blessed week ahead. Okay?
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.